Right here, my old friend Russell Vought, who was the OMB director. Russ, thanks for doing this. I know you're busy.
Glad to be here.
Among the litany of things if people are worried about, it sounds to me like you've solved the continuing resolution. There isn't going to be a government shutdown. The House has a thought that Trump supports it. The Senate, what do you think?
They need to vote on it, but I'm confident that it's going to pass the House. It's going to pass the Senate. All that we put forward is a freeze, a continuing resolution to allow the momentum that is ongoing with Doge and all of the work, the audit that you essentially articulated in your opener, to go on. And we've never seen a momentum like this. We've never seen what you're seeing with the energy and the ingenuity of a new administration coming on board and finding every crevice of waste, fraud, and abuse of all the things that are weaponized against the American people. And I think the country wants to see that go forward, and a government shutdown in this moment would impact that adversely. And I think we're going to be able to see Congress vote that out in the next few days.
Yeah, it's a clean CR, so-called, and it should be able to get through. If Democrats want to continue to act like zombies, they can continue to act like zombies. That's their little zombie problem. By the way, I call it an audit, and Elon will be here in a little while. But it is an audit. That's basically what it is it not?
I think that's the most down-to-earth way to describe what's going on.
Right.
I mean, he's going in. The president's giving him new assignments all the time. Can you go into the Department of Education, Department of Defense, and look at what's going on and look at, from an outsider's perspective, what doesn't make sense and let us know about it. And that's where we come in, and we work hand in glove with the Doge team.
Yeah, now that's a key point, hand in glove with the Doge team. At OMB, which includes the Regulatory Office of Information and Regulatory Affairs. Now, can you translate the Doge savings, I'll call them, the budget savings, into actual budget reductions, lower the baseline, bend the baseline lower? In other words, how's that going to work?
Well, we're going to use all of our executive tools to make those savings permanent. We can use rescissions. The president ran on impoundment. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that those are not merely something that goes on a website, but becomes permanent. And we're going to be able to do that. We'll work with Congress to do it, but we're also been aware of the extent to which Congress has had a hard time passing cuts of any magnitude. And so what we want to do is everything we can to use presidential tools to bank those savings home.
So if you rescind, take it back, you only need a majority in both houses to get that through Congress. Is that correct? I'm not sure the public knows that. In other words, it's not an impossible dream. You actually have the majorities to do it, and that would amount to a rescission.
There's a lot of different ways that rescissions could occur on different time lanes, but one of the easiest way to understand it is, yes, it's going to get a vote, and it can't be filibustered in the Senate. But there's even more options, even beyond that we'll be exploring as we're working with Congress to see how serious they are about coming alongside us as partners in this.
I go back to my impoundment authority issue. If Congress says build a bridge, it costs $1 billion, but you can $1 trillion, let's say, but you can do it for $500 billion, then why shouldn't the president do it for half as much? I don't understand that. That's called impoundment, I guess. Why shouldn't he be able to impound on behalf of the taxpayers?
That's the common sense system that the founders created and existed for 200 years up until the 1970s, in which Congress put it on its head for the last 50 years, and we are where we are, where we have it use it or lose it. And bureaucracies aren't fundamentally accountable to the president because they're looking to Congress be able to get their purse strings.
So really, though, the key point, I'm going to ask you one more after this, but the key point is the Elon Musk Doge operation can translate into permanently lower spending. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
And deficits.
Absolutely. This is not previous commissions where we're just trying to find things that will go into a report that sits on someone's desk or at best a bookshelf. Right. This is intended to be immediately operationalized this fiscal year, impact next fiscal year, and to get to balance, which the president is talking about often.
Okay, so let's talk about getting to balance. Last point, Russell Vought. You're going to put out a formal Trump budget, are you not?
We are.
That's coming.
Correct.
All right, and you're working on that right now.
We are working on it. The president wants to hit balance as soon as we can, and we're giving him options to do that.
And that will include the budget cuts proposed. That'll include the tax cuts being proposed. You'll have economic growth assumptions in there. When do you think that might come out?
We're going as fast as we possibly can. I think we'll need a few months to get there, but we may roll things out in different tranches as we get going.
But this, I mean, after all, these are the Trump policies, and Congress has to deal with the Trump policies.
This is the coherent fiscal path of the president to figure out, okay, this is my plan to get to balance. Congress, you have a different view, but this is my plan, and it's economic growth, it's discretionary spending cuts to get at the bureaucracy, it's waste, fraud, and abuse, it's dealing with the excessive welfare benefit hammock that we've seen rise up since the outbreak of COVID. That's the type of Trump policies we've had in previous budgets.
And you're going to have, this is me fishing, 3% economic growth assumptions because, after all, tax cuts, lower spending, deregulation, drill, baby, drill. It's pretty good for the economy. Can we have 3% growth instead of the pathetic 1.8% that CBO will throw?
Larry, you can't balance the budget without dynamic economic growth. It's part of the equation. It's one of the only ways that you get there. I think you're going to like the number that we are moving towards.
Okay. There's a number out there, by the way, the difference between 3% growth. I mean, growth is so important to everything, part of society. But 3% growth instead of 1.8% growth gives you $3 trillion over some period of time, I think 10 years. And that just shows you how powerful the growth dividend can be.
Not only is it powerful, you can't get to balance without it. It is one part of, it's one pillar of getting to a balanced budget that's absolutely necessary.
All right, Russ Vought, OMB director, longtime friend. Thanks for coming around. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Good to have you back.
Across the street, you can go back to work and fix the budget.